Today we're going to be doing a simpler lesson just to talk about some rotational dynamics and gearing up for torque. You're only going to use a 3-inch drive shaft and a bearing flat Delrin. And for today we're using the 60-tooth gear to attach to the 12-tooth gear that we used before. So let's close out the data panel. Again, you'll notice I set up all of my new parts in the work area. I'm going to start with the joint on this bearing and capture the position. We want to make sure that we're using the same joint alignment that we had set on the previous day's work to make sure that those line up correctly, and swing that around 90 degrees so the bearing is flat on the metal surface. Press enter. Next, we're going to use a alignment for the drive shaft. Again, the joint origin needs to be out at the circular part at the end of the drive shaft, and it needs to match up with this circular surface inside the bearing. So we'll use our slider to move this forward, and we also want to set our type of motion to revolute. So you'll notice the turning motion once we change to revolute. Okay. And we don't need just a whole bunch of drive shaft available, probably less than 13 millimeters. So once you have those settings correct, press enter. Finally, we're going to create the joint for the gear, and the joint for the gear needs to use this circular surface right here and match up to, again, the circular surface at the end of the drive shaft. All right. Once we have that correct, press enter. And you will notice that each of those line up with the teeth inside of the previous gear that we had set up the day before. Once you get your work that far along, you might also choose to edit the joint again to align this slider so that those gears mesh fully. Press enter when done. Now you have more surface area touching in the teeth of the gears. And probably just one more adjustment. And that should do it. All right, once you are that far along, save your work, and I will be checking your progress.